Hey everyone, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm Pen, and I will be your host on this adventure. Now, this is Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, so there's this computer login screen whenever you first log in. So and it has computer files and stuff. So we're gonna sticky beak and see what we got in there. Cause I know this was a big part of the original game, so we might get some interesting stuff. Okay, we got new music, new pictures. Oh, hey. Alright. I can set these as my wallpapers? Whoa. Set wallpaper. Yes. Is that gonna be what it looks like now? Okay. Side stories. Side stories are stories of friendship that are unrelated to the events of the main game. To get all 6 side stories, try writing poems for different characters and viewing their special scenes in Doki Doki Literature Club. Okay, so maybe we'll do these at the end. Because it says they're unrelated, so we can do them as a final thing, I think. Okay. Well, I guess let's get into it. Okay. Well, I guess let's just go to Natsuki next for poems. Well, that's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. That's kind of cute, alright. Less pretentious than Yuri's, I think. Yeah? I told you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in the high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Listen, I've seen some of the poetry in Gabby Hanna's book. You're doing much better than that. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you doing great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice things about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take it away from her. Well, that's nice. Should I show my poem to you next? Let's do Monica. Kind of a bitch, this one. Hi, Pen. Having a good time so far? Yeah? Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever had any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm all settled in. Listen, it's a literature club. You could just bring, like, sheets of manga and erase the wording, and then everybody has to, like, try and tell their own story with the wording, and make their own, like, little thing. It's basically like a meme format, but the idea of that would then get Natsuki interested, and then also help the other characters appreciate manga. I've done it before. I wasn't in a literature club, but when I was doing remote schooling as a kid, we had some in-person stuff where we were all hanging out for the first time, like meeting each other, and that was some of the stuff that I suggested, and we done a bunch of other cool stuff, literature based as well. But yeah, that one was amusing to say the least. Anyway, I want to share your poem. With me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Pen. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I had Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but these are also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into this too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing is has a kind of gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Not really, not with the sleeping in late. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. It's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way anyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Yeah. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. It doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It could have been me. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he was on the other side looking in. Okay. Okay, the others, I kind of was able to relate to the characters, but the only thing I can think of here is maybe something along the lines of her popularity and, like, the echo chamber that she's kind of found herself in. She's peering out of that norm and seeing something different that she's attracted to. I hope it's not me. It says he, so I'm assuming it's me, but it definitely looks like she's looking outside of her normal, like, life and seeing something else, someone else looking back in at her. It's weird. Okay. So, what do you think? It's very freeform. That's what you call it. So, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Okay, so yeah, it definitely seems like she's looking outside of her normal world, and she thought that she was looking into someone else's world, but realized she was actually looking out of her own, and someone else was looking into hers. So, I know, it's kind of like, what is it, Romeo and Juliet, different families, different classes, different types of people looking at each other, that kind of shit, you know. I guess, okay, we read that. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. That is great advice. That is what I do when I'm writing. So I'm like writing a book, and I'm currently writing like a shortened version of it, skipping scene descriptions and character descriptions and like unnecessary dialogue, and just getting the flow of the story, and then I can work from there. So this is definitely the way to do it. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, so I guess Sayori's lost. Let's do it. Oh my goodness. This is so good, pen. I love it. I just had the hiccups. I had no idea you were such a good writer, Sayori. You must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a pen poem. And this makes me feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. Not really into it yet. But that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Pen. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have a lot of fun here, okay? It'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Nice. That is definitely very Sayori. Sayori? This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Whatever you mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs on toast. Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. I guess I look forward to it. Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poem can stand up to theirs. It's a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They're gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, staring at their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. This is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Huh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? But it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked somebody who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Pen did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Pen liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Pen appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Pen started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Pen? She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't happen in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Pen. Wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but also a waste. You understand that, right, Pen? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So of course it's going to be... What the fuck? I'm obviously gonna ask Sayori for help, but, like, they both are in the wrong here. I think Yuri's definitely a bit on the pretentious side. The fact that she can't appreciate anything other than sophisticated work. I think that's cringy. There's so many people out there who, like, see some kind of sophisticated, fancy thing, like a movie or a book or a poem, a photo, and then therefore anything that isn't up to that standard is not considered good quality. It's like the fucking Barbie versus Oppenheimer thing, and people couldn't understand why Barbie was more popular. Like, yeah, it seems more simplistic, but the message is still there. You don't have to be crazy sophisticated to be able to tell a good message. Help me, Sayori. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So I instead turned to Yuri. Yuri? Oh. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori? Yeah? Everyone's fighting and making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Pen? Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Well, it is a public space, and you have other members in your group. You should be thinking about how they feel about your conflict, and if you don't like that they don't like it, you should go somewhere else. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop. Well, Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poem, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Oh, Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna end this one here, because, oh my god, a lot just happened. So for now, if you enjoyed this, please subscribe and join the embarrassments, which is what I call my community, and I hope you're having a great day, wherever you're at in your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!